If you're a conservative American, you've probably seen them. The
Still Trump's
fanatics. Thankfully, we now have a diagnosis for this oftentimes debilitating social affliction. It's called Trump Derangement Syndrome, or simply TDS. Sadly, this affliction affects thousands across the country. Confused as to whether someone you care about is afflicted with TDS or just regular insanity? Here are some of the signs and symptoms which are included but not limited to driving electric vehicles with bumper stickers that say things like, "Ridin' with Biden," "She persisted," "Resist," "I'm with her," "Love is love," blaming all of the world's problems on Trump even though he's been out of office for 3 years. They announce their mental health issues and their pronouns in the first 5 minutes of every conversation. But what triggers a TDS episode, you might ask? Some of the most common TDS triggers are stating that you're conservative, a Republican, or a Christian, not using their preferred pronouns, being pro-America, pro-police, and of course, pro-Trump. But knowing the triggers isn't enough. We also need to understand the trigger responses. While oftentimes shocking, they're nothing to be afraid of because it's usually from the safety of their keyboard. However, should you encounter a TDS response in person, these are some of the things you might observe. Crying, shaking, screaming even. And while the following could certainly happen in person, these are the more common online responses. Accusations of homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, misogyny, racism, bigotry, sexism, and of course, misgendering. Now, recognizing a TDS sufferer is very easy. They usually use phrases like, "Yeah, but Trump." If you disagree with their radical ideology, they will probably say that you're a Trumpster, or "You're a Trumptard," should you have the audacity to question or criticize the current administration. They will emphatically let you know that at least he's better than Trump. Now, it's important to note that even if you don't mention Trump at all in any way, shape, or form, they will still accuse you of being a Trumpster. They are likely to verbally attack you like a feral cat. Now, you may be wondering, what can we do to help them? You can't. Here at the TDS Studies Institute, we've come up with a strategic formula to help the victims of TDS, not the ones afflicted with it. We recommend using our 5-point response system, displaying an American flag on any and all of your social media profiles as well as your personal belongings. This lets TDS sufferers know exactly who to hate. Bonus triggering points if you display a Gadsden flag or a thin blue line flag. Let TDS sufferers know where to direct their outrage by showing your support for anything to do with pro-life, Second Amendment, law enforcement, homeschooling, use the wrong pronouns, or don't use any at all. Let's not forget Trump. And lastly, criticize the current administration. Doing so affords them the ability to berate and insult you from the safety of their keyboards. We find that using any or all of these actions triggers a severe and drastic response from TDS sufferers. You don't even have to mention Trump. They'll just assume. At the TDS Studies Institute, we find that giving the afflicted the opportunity to spread their hate in the name of love and tolerance makes them feel important and worthy. Remember, they can't stay offended if they don't know who to be offended by.